is summarizing what we found out so that we and other people can be clear about the fact. So we want to go ahead and summarize things. Now, in today's world, actually, this summarizing is very easy. You go to R and you go to Python and you just say data.summary, and it will give you the summary of the entire data set. It will tell you the mean, median, mode, range, quartile, outliers to the data, everything, just by doing this dot summary. But earlier, when these tools were not available, how were we going ahead and how were we getting the summarized data sets? Through statisticians. So things like mean, median, mode, range, variance, etc. All of this we can know through statistics. That's the first concern. You give me a data, I want to provide a summary of the data. The second thing that I want to do is make comparisons using summarized data set. For example, let's talk about World Cup these days, okay? Let's say that, I know that in India, there are two players, XYZ and ABC. I have got a summary statistic of this player. So this player, I know that, on an average, he will give me 48 runs. His maximum run is this much. His minimum run is this much. His variance of the runs. Sometimes he will give me more runs than 48, sometimes lower than 48. But how much he will vary with his runs? Let's say the variance is 2.98. Plus, so it means mean plus minus 2.98. This is his variance. Let's talk about player 2. This player will give me 60 runs on an average. I will tell you what is the maximum he has scored, how many is the minimum, how many games he has played, and his variance is actually 7.72, suppose. Just random numbers. Now, I have to choose which player to go ahead and put in the list of top players, top 4 players, maybe top 4 batsmen. Now, I understand that this player is scoring less, but there is less risk involved. The variance will give me the risk related to the player. This player has more runs that he's going to make, but he also has more risk involved. Now, depending on what I want to go ahead and put more weightage to, based on how currently my game situation is, based on what the other players are there in my team, I may want to put this player if I'm willing to take more risk, but I want more runs. Or this player, if I'm willing to take less risk, but I will get less runs also. So basically, once you give me the summary statistics of the 2 players, you tell me this, and this, I want to go ahead and make comparison between the 2 players. And that's the second most concern of statistics. So you summarize, and based on the summary, you make comparisons. That is the entirety of statistics. Most of the questions that you get based on the central tendency and dispersion will be related to comparison. People are not interested in understanding anymore whether you can find mean, median, mode. You could have done that in 6th, 7th class. They're interested in understanding if you can interpret what to be used where. So I will give you questions on that also. Now, let's say that the entire statistics can be divided in two parts: descriptive, inferential. Descriptive is where you describe something, as the word suggests. So you summarize your observation, you describe your observation. Inferential is where you infer something from the description that you have had. So you make inferences or predictions. That's the inferential statistic.